Paulo asked the guys if they'd be willing to field a pop fly Bud Light from a beer cannon. Jay said he could lube it up and fire it up his ass. I didn't realize Jay was into that sort of thing. Guess who my new favorite is?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wave at the twilight's last gleam? That our flag was still there.
That's right. It's the Heavy Drinking Podcast, everybody. We're feeling so patriotic right now.
Fun fact, this is the first national anthem ever sang with one of those vibrating Kegels eggs fully inserted while doing it.
The faces of all the basketball players is fantastic. I think they even showed Jimmy Kimmel, right?
Yeah,
like,
they just
kind of breaking.
This is the first time here. This is the first time I've heard it.
I gotta listen to it. I'm sorry.
I mean, if you're gonna do it, at least
What was she doing?
At least hit the note.
She was being Fergie.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is the Heavy Drinking Podcast, and that was Fergie leading our NBA players. Was it the All-Star game?
I think someone's deflated her lovely lady.
I don't know what she was doing.
I was gonna say she sounded like she was climaxing through that.
In turn to that, did you guys hear Jack Black sing the national anthem for the women's league?
No.
It was pretty awesome. It's really good.
Oh, yeah, Jack Black's awesome.
Well, then that's not notable.
So yeah, Heavy Drinking Podcast coming at you with episode 23.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a special occasion.
We're starting to lose track of numbers now.
Yeah, no, we're getting too high.
I realized when I was listening back to the last episode, I think we have to stop saying things are special occasions because every single episode can't be a special occasion.
It can't be a special occasion.
It could be to you or me.
Listen, it's
To
always
us it is.
it's always a special occasion when we're hanging out.
It's true.
It's only the four of us, so it's
I prefer it that way.
damn it, you guys didn't do it.
Boys night.
There it is.
I don't.
I'm so gay. We're not gay together. I'm just gay exclusively with myself and my thoughts.
That's auto.
So before we delve into the depths of this one, we just want to remind everybody about our social media out there on Facebook and Instagram, Twitter. We are what's our handle at Heavy Drinking Pod.
Heavy Drinking Pod.
Drinking with it.
Drinking.
Just no G. Heavy Drinking Pod.
Character limits.
Character limits.
That's right. Heavy Drinking Pod.
on all the shits.
Heavy Drinking Podcast at gmail.com if you want to send us an email with questions or stories or accusations.
We're on Snapchat too, I think.
We are. We never use it.
I don't know who else. I don't think anybody else is on Snapchat.
We don't have vaginas, so there's nothing to send.
I've never used Snapchat once in my life.
Yeah.
As far as I know, it's only to put
I
pictures
can't
of
figure it out.
dogs on your face.
We do the Instagram story thing once in a while, which is essentially the same thing as
For
Snapchat.
adults. That's okay.
Check us out on Instagram, which if you don't know, that's pretty much the only
active.
social media we're most active on.
There, and then in second would be Facebook.
Facebook, yes.
Yeah, we're definitely hitting up Facebook.
For the older crowd.
Yeah, if your mom wants to listen to a podcast.
Why did she do that?
Who?
Fergie.
I don't know. She was trying to be like sultry or something, or
But like, she wasn't even hitting the
the
right
night was
notes.
sultry. I'm gonna kill her. What movie? I don't know. Throw Mama from the Train.
Oh.
You don't have a cousin Patty.
You lied to me.
I feel like. What's that?
Paper towel.
You can just say paper towel.
I was trying not to just
I
talk
get it.
over everybody.
No problem.
Once again, we have our sponsors from Flying Cornhole, custom cornhole boards out of Fairfield, Connecticut. They have given us our very nice
Very nice. I measured them the other day
boards.
because I didn't. They're just huge. So
Were you just sitting in the basement measuring things?
Yeah. So
When he says measure him, he put his cock up against the corner
Pretty
to see how
For
far.
scale.
So yeah, they're 2 feet by 4 feet. They're pretty big. They're big cornhole sets. And
I'm a big cornhole.
Solid.
Everybody
Yeah.
knows that about me.
they're handmade. They're actually
Handmade with care.
nice craftsmanship he has on there, and then he pretty much custom designs them to your liking.
Yeah,
You
so
know,
check
what-
him out at flyingcornhole.com and
And
order your own. He'll customize them for you.
I am liking.
Yeah, and we're gonna be out and about with those once the weather continuously is like
Yeah,
how
fairly
Wednesday, how yesterday
Yeah.
was.
A couple of 70-degree days.
Yeah,
I
in
was
a
in
row.
shorts and a t-shirt.
We'll be out there.
Now it's
Yeah.
like freezing outside.
I can't wait for that to just be every day.
And you know, at first I thought we'd have like, you know, little tournaments in between people at the bars we go to. But fuck that, man. They have to beat us, I think.
We're gonna have
Right?
to figure out who's good then.
I'm not good.
We're all pretty terrible at it.
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty
I'm
good.
so
at it.
bad at it.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Once I get warmed, once I start playing again, I'll be all right.
Dave and
Yeah.
I are pretty good at beer pong. So
And plus they're not gonna be it's not gonna be traditional cornhole rules anyways. We'll make up our own
Yeah,
shit.
As we go, we'll make them up.
Yes.
We never lose.
yeah.
Also, Lyft. If you need to take a ride and you've been drinking and you want to be safe, which we encourage, download the Lyft app and use code HEAVY18. That's HEAVY 18.
my wife actually used a lift from the airport to come home the other day.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
the nice Lyft gentleman, because she came home last Saturday night after the snowstorm.
She took a lift from the airport to here.
For the story, yeah.
Oh.
And then
I was gonna say, how
And the
fucking
guy-
much was that?
and the guy was actually nice enough to plow the driveway with his Lincoln. I don't think he really had a choice, but he did it anyways. And carried her bag to the door and everything. So
That's nice.
thank you, Mr. Lift Man.
Yeah.
$700.
Did she use our code?
She did.
Sorry, $680.
Well, her-
first 4 rides.
In all
$20
honesty,
value.
she did use Lyft. She did use the code, but it's a company expense, so she doesn't pay for it.
Okay.
So yes, it is part truth in there.
She really did though.
Did I forget anything?
How much did it?
What's our phone number? I never remember it.
I don't know.
203-463-4043 if you want
that's
to
right,
give us a
this door's
call.
are- Hold
Leave
on,
a
let me-
message anytime you want.
Tell us you love us. Stuff like that.
Do you love me?
Yeah.
And if
you
you're
know,
lucky
unless-
to catch us when we're recording, we might answer.
Yeah, there you go. We will answer it. But, we usually post in advance right when we're about to record, a couple hours ahead of time or so.
So speaking of lift, we don't need that today because we're not drinking.
Not really. Not in a
taking it
traditional
easy.
sense. Well, we are drinking in a traditional sense.
So, I'm excited about this
Yeah,
episode.
what are we
It's
doing-
a very
what are we
special
doing, Jay?
episode. Because I think we mentioned it in the past 1 or 2 episodes. Tonight is Bud versus Bud.
Yes.
We have
yes.
the American Budweiser versus the
Bud Bundy.
Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy versus Bud Bundy.
Versus Czechoslovakian true original Budweiser from the town of Budweiser.
For a second there, every one of our pothead listeners was like, "Yes, it's happening."
Bud versus Bud.
It's not happening.
Yeah, and we're doing it as a blind test. So I poured them all. So the 3 guys over here do not know which is in which glass.
I do. I can tell just by looking at it.
Well,
Giggity.
be a dick then. But it's a blind. It's supposed to be a blind test.
I could be wrong.
These guys won't know which one they're tasting. We're gonna see which one's better.
I think I know just by looking at it too.
Yeah,
I mean,
me too.
it's. Yeah,
So
I was
before-
worried that was gonna happen because it's pretty easy to tell. But
Yeah.
So to give everyone a little backstory.
Just by smelling
I
it.
just smelled I smelled one, and now I already know which one the
Yeah,
other.
let me
one
get
is.
my glass real quick.
Part of the problem is I've drank enough Bud in my life to immediately know what it smells like.
All right. So I have a little backstory here, which I'm going to read. I'm not trying not to go. It's like 3 pages, but I'm not going to do it all.
Where can you buy this?
I don't know, actually. So that's the hard thing. That I've heard of this. I've heard of the story, working at the homebrew shop and knowing people in breweries and whatnot, and just studying beer as I got interested in it. I've heard this, but I've never seen the original anywhere. So I happened at work, companies we do business with shipped 2 cans of this. with one of our shipments. That's just a gift. And I was like, no way. So the guys at work gave it to me so we could do this.
Nice.
Oh, well,
which is
thank
really
you.
cool.
Thank you, the guys that Jay works with.
Yes, thank you.
One time I got when I was at work, I got shipped a case of embalming fluid.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that's the same thing as the American Budweiser.
So we're going to keep an open mind when we do this. That's our goal, to be objective. But here's a little backstory on the situation. I titled this Bud is Not For You. The Budweiser trademark dispute is an ongoing series of legal disputes between two beer companies who claim trademark and geographic origin rights to the name Budweiser. The dispute has been ongoing since 1907 and has involved more than 100 court cases around the world. Beer brewing in the city of Czech Republic, I can't say it,
He just murdered that.
which was then, actually, I have a whole clip here. Maybe we could hear it.
České Budějovice.
Oh, she says
You're
it
way
nice.
She sounds
She says
hot.
it nice. Where was I? Mute my computer.
Was that
before.
Siri?
That was some chick on pronounceitright.com. So brewing in that city, which was then in the Kingdom of Bohemia and is now in the Czech Republic, dates back to the 13th century when the city was granted brewing rights during the reign of Ottokar II of Bohemia. During the time when both Czech and German were official languages in the kingdom, two breweries were founded in the city. Both breweries made beer, which they called Budweiser or Budweiser beer, which translates to beer from or of Budweiser, similar to how brewers in the city of Pilsen made a beer generically called Pilsner. The beer from Budweiser began exporting to the United States in 1872 to 1873, and then again since 1933. Onward to America.
This is Jay's
Feel free to
story
interject,
time.
too.
I'm bored to death.
Yeah,
I
it's
can't
good.
even bother.
I knew you would be, but it's okay. In 1852, German-American brewer and saloon operator George Schneider opened the Bavarian Brewery on Carondelet Avenue, later known as South Broadway, between Dorcas and Lynch Streets in South St. Louis. Schneider's brewery expanded in 1856 to a new brew house. However, the following year, financial problems forced the sale of the brewery to various owners during the late 1850s. In 1860, the brewery was purchased on the brink of bankruptcy by William Doench, a local pharmacist, and Eberhard Anheuser, a prosperous German-born soap manufacturer. The other
That
guy,
explains the taste of
whose name
Budweiser.
I destroyed. He was the silent partner in the business until 1869.
He was only silent
when
'cause
he
nobody could
sold
pronounce his name.
his half interest in the company. From 1860 to 1875, the brewery was known as E. Anheuser and Company, and from 1875 to 1879 as the E. Anheuser Company's Brewing Association. Next comes Adolphus Busch, a wholesaler who had immigrated to St. Louis from Germany in 1857, married Eberhard Anheuser's daughter Lily in 1861. Following his service in the American Civil War, Busch began working as a salesman for the Anheuser Brewery. He then purchased the other guy's share of the company in 1869, and he assumed the role of company secretary. In the 1870s,
This is the Cliff Notes version?
yeah, in 1870s, this is only like 2 minutes.
It's been 10 already.
During the 1870s, Bush toured
just
Europe
seems
and
it.
studied the changes in brewing methods which were taking place at the time, particularly the success of Pilsner beer, which included a locally popular example brewed in Budweiser. In 1876, Busch and Anheuser-Busch introduced Budweiser with the ambition of transcending regional tastes, motivated in part by the desire to brew a beer similar in quality, color, flavor, and taste to the beer then made at Budweiser. So that's basically it.
Dave, cut all that out.
I do have a little bit more, but just how they brew the beer and whatnot. The Budweiser Budvar beer is brewed according to the German purity beer law of 1516, so they only use barley, hops, water, and yeast.
What about the quality rice?
That's American Budweisers. They throw the rice into it, which is a 100% fermentable sugar source, which lightens the body of the beer as well, which is, makes the American mass market Pilsner popular.
I jumped ahead and tasted them.
Well,
It's pretty
right-
obvious what's
right off the bat, one of these is Budweiser.
Yeah.
And one of these smells like real beer. So that kind of is a dead giveaway as to which one.
Dead giveaway.
Dead giveaway.
Beer giveaway.
Yeah, the real Budweiser is much better, obviously, than the American Budweiser.
Yeah, that's the one in the Bissell Brothers.
The Bissell Brothers is the good one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
This sort of
You're
tastes.
correct.
Do you know what this tastes like? Have you ever had Superbock?
Yeah.
It tastes a lot
Super
like
what?
Superbock.
Superbock.
Never heard of it.
Portuguese. It's like their standard. It's like their Budweiser, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, the American Budweiser is just kind of thin and
Yeah.
flat.
But that was one thing I
Flavor.
remember as a kid. Old Portuguese men, some of them, they either drink Budweiser or Heineken, at least in the 80s, right? So it was weird. Like they would only drink Budweiser here, and then you'd watch them go on vacation there, and they would just seamlessly transition to Superbock without any complaints. So that's when I knew like it's the same shit. It's essentially just, same beer, different label.
Interesting fact.
Same shit, different toilet.
Interesting fact. The Budweiser from the Czech Republic has been called, since the 16th century, the beer of kings. Heard anything like that recently?
Yeah.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
You know what I will say though, like the American Budweiser has like a candy flavor to it. Have you noticed that?
Which one?
When you try them side by side, the U.S. Budweiser almost has almost like a candy, like a juice,
It's a lightly sweet.
like a juice type of flavor to it, right? It has a juiciness to it.
Yeah, it's there. Yeah, but I will say, believe me, I'm not shitting on Budweiser in any way. There's a time and a place for Budweiser.
Yeah.
When it's
For
fucking
sure.
150 degrees out and you're gonna drink 30 beers and you still have to live, Budweiser.
I guess.
I mean, they did great things. Like they survived throughout through Prohibition, where all the other breweries couldn't survive through it, and they all closed. And that's why
Yeah, that
at the
doesn't
end of
make-
Prohibition, all that was left was like these big mass market brewing companies.
Wait, how did they survive during Prohibition?
They had other products they sold.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it wasn't the beer that carried them through.
Was it soap?
They might have been exporting at that time, though. I'm not really sure how that all worked. I didn't delve too deep into it. I could, and we could read it next time.
No, thank you.
That just says that they're better at doing other shit other than brewing beer, which probably still stands today.
They were the first to ever use refrigerated cars to transport beer.
Yeah,
And
I'm
shit.
sure.
So they did really big things. But
I'm sure if Budweiser, put their mind to it, they could probably do something else much better than what they're doing now.
I like it.
So in the end, though, with all the illegal shit, like parts of the world, American Budweiser can't call their beer Budweiser. They call it Bud. And in turn, the Czech brewery can't call themselves Budweiser in certain parts of the world, like North America and like Brazil and shit.
But you can't-
They call it Budvar or Czechvar.
You can't get it in North America.
No. Well, I'm sure you can. I just don't know who imports it. This
Yeah,
is
it's
like how
probably-
it's sold in Sweden, I believe, the can we have here.
It's definitely not English.
Yeah, we are Swedish.
It is yummy though.
Oh, actually,
It
yes,
is.
it is English.
I mean, it is known as like one of the finest
Yeah, it's tasty.
lagers in the world. And it is. It's really good.
Oh wait, no, I don't know what the fuck that is. Oh, it's in like 4 different languages.
They use Czech Saaz hops.
If it's in 4 different languages, then it's probably from Switzerland.
2010,
Swedish.
Anheuser-Busch lost its last instance appeal in the European Court of Justice, meaning it may not register the name Budweiser as a European Union trademark for beer.
I prefer Bud Donka Donks.
To be honest with you, every time I've been there, I don't really remember seeing
I caught
Budweiser ever.
Where?
Well, I've only been to Portugal and Spain, but
No.
I can't say that I've ever seen Budweiser for sale there.
All right, so this was an interesting little experiment. It wasn't much of an experiment. There wasn't much guesswork going on.
Yeah. I knew there would be a distinct difference. But their goal was to brew a beer very close to this.
I love how we're
They brewed a
swashing-
beer very different than this.
Yes, they did.
I have a feeling
not-
that the Budweiser in the 1860s was a lot closer to it.
That's probably true too. It's probably changed to what we know it as now.
I love how we're having Budweiser and tasting sniffers and you're swashing it around like it matters.
Oh no, I'm just glad you put that bucket underneath the sink so we can dump this shit out.
You can puke
But
it.
too, you look.
I drank all mine.
I'm drinking them both.
I'm American. You can't put Budweiser in front of me and not have me finish it.
I'm
No, they
drinking-
changed the name to America that time, remember? All the cans and bottles said America on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For Budweiser.
I was more of a Coors guy back then, a Coors Light guy.
It's like a year ago.
Was it? I thought you meant it was like back like in 2001.
No, they actually, instead of Budweiser on the can, it said America.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, no. I wasn't.
Which was weird because we had already sold to a Belgian company by then.
No, they did
That's why they did it.
I feel like they did it before that, though. They did it like in 08.
You sure?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
know.
It was on a Daily Show. I remember that.
Someone look that up and send it to us. We're too lazy to.
Yeah, it was on this Daily Show with Stewart. So definitely was more than a year ago.
That whole like aged on Beechwood thing has like nothing to do with any kind of flavor. I found out too.
No. Beechwood's good for smoking fish.
Yeah, they just use it for like surface like area shit for
Yeah.
the yeast. They boil it in like sodium carbonate or something like that for like 7 hours, and it basically takes all the any kind of flavor out that it would impart to the beer.
I'll take your word for
It's
that.
all just marketing bullshit.
Exactly. You know who I bet drinks a lot of Budweiser? People in Florida. You know why I know that?
Why is that?
Because someone went through a Wendy's drive-thru and threw an alligator through the window.
You throw an alligator.
He did his order. He went up to the drive-through window. They gave him like a milkshake, and he threw a 3.5-foot alligator through the window, like of the drive-through.
Was it alive?
Yeah.
Aw.
He was charged with. He's
Yeah.
23 years old. He was charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
I feel like
Oh, he
that
killed
would
it.
be such a smooth thing. Like, I feel like maybe you try to wrestle it through the window.
Illegally killing, possessing, or capturing an alligator.
Yeah, I didn't say he killed it. It just
Oh.
it was illegal kill. That's one charge.
Did he yell "Bunk Gang"?
Maybe.
Like back in the day, there used to be a whole thing where like people would go through and like throw their milkshakes back through.
Yeah.
But like this is another level.
Yeah, we've all
No
done
follow up
that.
as to like why. Was it just like a prank or something?
Yeah, nothing says why. I guess it happened like in October. He just got arrested like a couple days ago.
I don't even know how you would approach that. The form would just be so awkward. I mean, 3.5
Because
feet.
3.5 feet's a big.
Yeah, and
That's
your
a pretty
arms
big
are,
alligator.
Yeah, I mean, like to get a good swing
You gotta,
going,
like, go
you need
straight
it,
in.
Yeah, you need it down by your waist, so you get you can get a full
You just go
swing
over.
Well, he was in Florida, so he's probably in a lifted pickup truck. So he probably just threw it down.
down in, but then it's gonna ricochet, and you gotta understand it's a live animal, so it's flailing and shit.
Maybe it was taped to a pool cue and he shot it like a dart.
How big are the drive-through windows? In
How big is your forearm?
Yeah, I've been single for a long time. It's getting pretty big.
And I mean, it's probably. I imagine it's fighting him the whole time.
gmail.com.
Imagine it's fighting him the whole time.
Yeah, I don't know. I just love that they considered it a deadly weapon.
Give me some more of that Budvar.
I'm just saying.
There's a whole nother can there, buddy.
Is gator tossing like a thing down there? That you could
Probably.
Only if they're
practice and
midgets.
get good at.
I am gonna.
It's Florida, I think. Yeah.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Bud Light is better than all three.
Bud Light.
Well, I mean, it's important to stay hydrated.
Gets you where you're going.
Yeah.
Anybody want some Budvar?
Yeah. Fuck it. I'll do it.
So what else you guys been up to?
It
How
forms
was
a
your-
head too, which is how you know it's a quality beer.
It's good. It's a good beer. It is. It's definitely better than Budweiser.
Yeah, last night you said that you didn't think there would be a noticeable difference.
No, I said it. No, I said I didn't think it was going to blow me away, and it did.
Yeah.
It tastes like Budweiser.
It's because you're a hop fiend now.
I think this is
It
the
tastes-
clearest thing we've like tasted.
It tastes enough like Budweiser that
Yeah,
it's
probably in a few months.
yeah.
Easily.
It's got a nicer color too than the American Budweiser.
Yeah, I mean that was the dead giveaway. Was the color?
Giveaway.
We got to get a sound drop of that real song, dude. I need to get Fergie on the phone.
Oh, sure. Let me just dial her up.
I really need.
One thing I haven't seen is any kind of statement from her.
I read a statement from her.
hang on.
She said that she
Thought she
tried it. She said she's sorry and she tried her best.
Yeah,
That
she
sounded
said
best.
that she's a risk taker artistically,
Yeah.
and she took a risk and that just didn't resonate.
Nope.
But like,
I
here's
feel like she's just digging that hole deeper. I don't think you're a risk taker at all.
I just feel like even if she nailed it, it would have been weird. But she performed it terribly as well.
Yeah.
Like the notes were all off and it was out of tune.
Yeah, for her.
Yeah, it wasn't. There was nothing good about it.
She forgets that she does that with every song, but there's usually like Pharrell in the background.
Yeah, auto tuning the shit out of it.
Yeah. And like putting a good beat to it, and then you got like three other black dudes that kind of like,
And it's also not a
they're in the
melody.
background.
It's also not a melody that every person knows.
I know,
Like,
but then you
can
got
make your own melody.
You got three other guys with rhythm in the background, like kind of like pumping you up and getting you going, and one of them's got a rap verse for you, kind of breaks it to awkwardness. None of that's there. There's no music, there's no auto-tunes, there's no bass drop, none of that shit.
Jimmy
It's-
Kimmel said something funny. Who wrote the national anthem? Francis Scott Key? Is that who it was?
Yeah, we'll go with
I
that.
I'm
believe so.
Canadian, so I don't know.
I believe so.
But Jimmy Kimmel was like, "Hey, man, I mean, who knows? We don't know what Francis Scott Key was thinking when he wrote it. Maybe he wanted it to be sexy." I thought it was real funny too that he got dragged into it because he didn't even know he was on TV and he was laughing at it.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard not to.
He was like, "No, I was laughing at something else."
Do you know how much money the Bud Light brand paid the NFL?
A lot.
For the Super Bowl ad?
In 2010, they paid $1 billion for a 6-year licensing agreement. That's why they're all over everything with the NFL.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they make
they're
the
not-
best
yeah.
commercials though.
They're not on there anymore, right?
Yeah, no, the Bud Night.
Is it still Bud?
Ice cold Bud, like yeah, and the Bud Nights. There's tons of Bud.
No, but I think the official beer.
Dilly
of the
Dilly,
NFL
that's-
but they're not the official beer anymore.
I just mean the advertising.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
2010,
yeah,
so for
advertising, yeah.
till 2016.
Yeah, they because they were the official beer of the NFL. for
What
a
is
while.
now?
I want to say it's Coors.
Some
Or
other
Miller.
water.
It's either
Yeah.
Coors or Miller. It's one of those two.
Didn't they merge though? Saab Miller and AB InBev? Aren't they under one
It could be. Yeah.
umbrella now? So it's still the same fucking thing.
Yeah, they just they advertise one product instead of the other one.
Not usually. If
They also pay the MLB
No,
$20 million
sponsor stuff.
annually.
No,
Like
no,
when
but-
you come back from commercial, it'll be like the backdrop will be like a Miller Lite ad or a Coors Light ad.
No, I get that, but I'm saying if you're an umbrella company and you have multiple brands, the brands are paying for that individually, not the umbrella. So the umbrella's not paying for that.
Oh.
If Miller will pay it 1 year and Coors will pay
Right.
it the next year.
Yeah.
They've also offered the brewery in the Czech Republic to buy them out too, so they can secure the name. But they won't do it
Why
for
would you?
national pride.
I don't think they're gonna.
I wouldn't
do it.
either. They probably tasted Budweiser and were like, "No, we're not selling out to you."
I read an article that says you get to live a long time if you drink, and that means I'm never gonna die.
Explain.
I don't know. The article said if you drink, you could live a long time.
I feel like there's so many examples
Key to living
that go
past
against that.
90, they say.
As long as you don't get in a car accident.
That's where
Lifts.
Lyft comes in.
Heavy AT.
Yeah. I still don't think that's how it works.
Well, this is science.
Yeah, there's a study. When it comes to making it into your 90s, booze actually beats exercise according to a long-term study.
I've been
Oh,
telling
when
you
you
guys.
get into your night.
The research led by
No, to
University
get
of
to your
California neurologist
No,
Claudia
once you're in your
Kawas
night.
To
tracked
get there.
1,700 nonagenarians and enrolled in the 90-plus study that began in 2003 to
90-plus
explore
study.
impacts of daily habits on longevity.
No.
longevity.
Yes, they're
They
saying.
mean once you're in your 90s.
No, they're saying you wouldn't
He
make
said
it to your
to
90s
get-
without
yeah.
it.
It's getting there.
Can't finish.
That's not what they said.
Can't finish.
Yes, it is.
Said Dana
They
Carvey.
had to talk to people in their 90s, or else they wouldn't know that they'd make
Researchers
it. To their 90s.
discovered that subjects who drank about 2 glasses of beer or wine a day were 18% less likely to experience a premature death than those who abstained from alcohol.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in contrast to couch potatoes, participants who exercise 15 to 45 minutes a day cut the same risk by 11%. Blah, blah, blah. It sounds like just another thing that they're going to say 1 week and then change the next.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's egg whites.
Oh,
all
I'm
over
sure.
again.
Yeah,
It's egg whites all over again.
but it's one that we can live by.
Yeah, I'm just going to go on the record and say if
Yeah.
you drink that much, you will not make it to 90.
Well, no, they're saying 2 glasses of wine and 2 beers a day. That's not a lot.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, but I don't think that would actually affect you. I don't know.
Well, 'cause, I mean, there are
Hey,
antioxidants
guys,
in red
guys,
wine. And,
we got a double whammy for us here. It's not bad to be skinny when you're young, but it's very bad to be skinny when you're old.
Oh, good.
She reported in her address.
I'm doing it, dude. I swear to God, I'm gonna live forever.
Yeah.
Winning.
Again, I just
die?
I just feel like fat and drinking is a perfect way to die when you're like 68,
You are not a scientist.
69.
I would actually like to see if she's connected to any kind of life insurance salesman or
Yeah.
her husband owns a funeral home, something.
I heard there was that Olympic team, the chick, the curler that fell.
What?
The Russian curler.
She fell.
I didn't
She
hear about
fell during like a match, but like her teammate was her husband.
Did he beat her?
No, but he tested for performance enhancing drugs.
for curling.
What
Yeah.
can you?
But also
Was it like Adderall? Just so you can like.
Did you hear? Did you hear about? There's a whole controversy about
he
the
thinks that
brushes.
she did it. No, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, the brushes they use to prep the ice after the stone gets released.
Don't they use a Zamboni? Oh, you mean like during the game?
During the-
Yeah,
yeah,
those
yeah.
brushes they use to kind of to
Yeah.
manicure the ice to kind of persuade the stone to
to
go
steer
where they
it,
want.
yeah.
Yeah. So they have like this new cloth that they use that I guess
ShamWow.
it works. It works 1,000 times better than the brushes that they have now. And I guess there's a company that's trying to sell it. I guess they make brushes out of that material, but they won't allow it because I guess it lets you manipulate the ice too well. So like, I guess
I
you-
see. This is
I guess
one
you can
thing
move the
I
stone
don't
around
get.
too well.
This is one thing I don't get with sports. Like
Curling.
If
I
you're-
don't get it.
no, I kind of get curling.
It's shuffleboard.
But yeah, it's just a more.
It's like Disney on ice.
Yeah, it's shuffleboard on it.
Yeah, what makes it complicated, what makes it hard is the fact that you have to you have to use the brushes and you have to
Rub.
yeah. I get where they're coming from. If you had a brush that you could, just point the stone where it's going, you kind of take all the skill out of it.
I mean, if I could sweep my garage in 10 minutes or 5 minutes, I'd pick the brush that did it in 5.
That's why there's
I
not
mean-
like professional bocce.
There probably is in Italy.
Is there really
There
a
is.
reason to have it in the Olympics?
I think it's a cool sport.
Is there a
man.
reason to have the Olympics?
Nope.
You answered your own question.
But it just seems like there's no real athletic skill involved in it.
I think if I
So if you could do it at like a family reunion picnic, you
there's
could-
as much athletic skill in that as there is in baseball.
I would disagree.
It's hand-eye coordination and timing.
Yeah, but you have
That's
to
all
run.
it is.
In baseball, you have to run. It's
Yeah.
much
Very.
more sport.
Hang on. I actually want to do this. I want to time how much time each player spends actually exerting energy in a baseball game. In like a 4-hour game, I will bet they exert energy for 3 minutes.
That's 3 more minutes than they do in curling.
Yeah.
There's no running in curling.
Baseball.
So they've got them by a little bit of running. That's all they've got them by.
Have you ever had somebody throw a 100-mile-per-hour fastball at you?
I have. I'm not saying it's
Curling,
I'm
you're
not
just-
saying it's easy.
It's just like
I'm not saying it's easy. I'm just saying baseball sucks.
Have you ever tried to
They
field?
float. They
Have you ever
literally
tried to
float.
field the 100-mile-per-hour fastball that was hit?
No, like
You
I said,
have
I'm
to-
not.
You have to run.
Like I said, I'm not saying
like a really run.
you
I'm
got to
not saying-
run, and
I'm not
out of
saying it's
nowhere, you
easy.
got to run.
I'm not saying it's easy.
No, I
I'm
know.
saying they're overpaid, and it's not that athletic.
Well,
See,
every
I
fucking
still,
sport's overpaid.
I still got to argue that because people go to the games, and
Americans also eat Tide Pods.
we do. But I mean,
Oh my goodness.
I like baseball, man.
I
That's
know.
all I'm saying.
I like going to.
They get,
I know you
they
do.
get,
I'm not-
they get paid well because people show up to the games.
Oh yeah, no, I know why they get paid well.
Yeah.
I'm just saying though, it's ridiculous. It gets way overpaid for what they do.
I think that goes for any.
Yeah,
Sport.
that's any sport, but
I mean, football's, you get pretty fucked up playing football.
you do.
That's like a tax.
Football, hockey,
Basketball,
you're
they
like
get paid too much.
mush brain,
Baseball, they
yeah.
get paid too much. Controversial opinions on the Heavy Drinking Podcast.
Again, basketball is it's a skill sport, and
Yeah.
the average basketball career doesn't last very long because there's a lot of competition in basketball.
No.
A lot.
Fucking soccer, man. They run fucking nonstop.
Yeah, soccer
Yeah, that
guys
shit's
get beat.
crazy.
They get beat up. There's a
Soccer is the most physically demanding sport, right next to motocross.
There's a sport that doesn't pay well. Is soccer.
Oh, it does in Europe.
You well, no, it doesn't though, because it doesn't because you have to get to the very, very, very top.
Yeah, but you have to get to the very, very top to get paid in any sport.
Yeah,
Triple A baseball is not.
you're not
paying you
making
more than
millions in
fucking
the
50 grand a
minors.
year.
No, but there's more openings for it in baseball. There's more people.
I
that-
disagree
I
because
don't
how
know
many
about that.
baseball teams are there?
You can make a decent living in the minor leagues.
Yeah, but that's a decent living. We're talking about the upper echelon. There's league clubs in every country in Europe that pay like millions to all their
They
players.
don't.
Yeah, they do.
Portugal has no league play. Portugal has Porto and they have Sporting, and they're not big. They're not big clubs at all. You're talking about dudes that are making a 6-figure salary.
I'm looking up their budget right now.
That's why those guys always go to other countries.
Yeah, like Spain.
Yeah.
And fucking
And
Italy.
Spain.
And England. And all the other countries that have fucking huge clubs, whereas baseball's in one country.
Yeah, but how many huge clubs are in England?
Tons.
3?
There's leagues.
4?
What are you talking about? The English Premier League has like 15 clubs in it.
Yeah, but those are all secondary clubs. Those
The English Premier League?
I don't know what you guys
Those are the premier ones.
That's Manchester United, Liverpool, Manchester City, Everton, fucking those guys, like the big fucking
I
heavy
get
hitters.
it. But that's out of all of
You're saying
of
those
Europe,
players are making millions?
those are
Oh,
those,
yeah,
that's what
dude.
I'm saying. Those guys are making millions.
Yeah.
But for every one of those clubs, there's probably 20 minor league clubs
Yeah, but
where the
for-
guys make nothing.
For every fucking New York Yankees, there's 400 little league teams. It's the same thing.
But minor league teams, those guys still make a decent salary. They make more than what a minor league soccer player would make. Do you know what I mean? A minor league baseball player,
I wouldn't doubt that.
it's still
but-
you're still making $400,000 a year, $300,000-$400,000 a year.
In the minors?
In the minors, oh yeah.
No way.
If you're picked up for a major league team,
Credulous.
you play in the minors, you usually get a it's not $400,000, but you get
The
like
minimum contract for Major League Baseball is like $115,000. So there's no way there's guys on the minors making $400,000.
there's guys that make that much money. There's guys that play in minor leagues that make that much money.
You are fake news.
I'm telling you.
All right, hang on. Starting pay for minor leaguers is between $1,100 and $2,150 a month, and
Yes.
only during the season, which is going to be as short as 3 months.
Yes, but you got the major leagues. For each roster has you can only carry a certain amount of players on the roster. So you have a huge pool of other players that play in the minor leagues until a position opens up for them in the major leagues, and all those guys make a very good living.
All right, hang on.
And there's-
this is
there's
from
hundreds on top of
USA
hundreds of
Today.
people. Yeah.
This is from USA Today. While the minimum salary in Major League Baseball is $500,000,
Oh, shit. I thought it was 100.
many minor league players earn less than the federal poverty level, which is $11,500
Yeah,
for a single person, and
yeah. That's not all
$23,500.
of them though. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of them that will never make it to the major leagues. That still make 6-figure salaries in the minor leagues.
Look up
'cause
the highest paid minor league baseball.
That's what I'm.
Because how could your team? How could the Yankees afford to have
Is
500
this what you guys
players?
felt like when I was reading about the breweries?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
And I don't even like baseball.
Because all those
I
individual
love talking about the breweries.
all those individual clubs bring in their own income, but then they get subsidized by the major league teams, and some major league teams can't even pay for their own rosters. They do profit sharing, so the Yankees, who make significantly more money than any other team, actually share their profits with other major league teams. Like the Marlins could never afford their team and their the stadium and all their expenses. They couldn't. They don't have enough fans to do that. So what they do is they get their profit, and then whatever they get profit sharing from the Yankees. So the Yankees give them a cut essentially of what they make, and that's how the Marlins stay afloat, or teams like the Marlins, the Pirates, the Astros.
All right, so your median salary for AAA minor league baseball is $77,000. Your lowest end, which is the majority, is $41,000. Your highest end, which is I think like 5%, is $140,000.
Look up soccer players.
That's still not 400,000.
Yeah,
There
like,
are guys that are making that much money.
He just said that's the highest.
the highest is $140,000.
The highest player in the minor leagues right now is
Yes.
making $140,000.
Yes.
I don't believe that.
I don't know what to tell
What's
you.
his name?
It doesn't tell me a name.
Oh,
I
that's
just-
what I'm saying. Give me a name, now I believe you.
Google it. You have a phone.
I know I'm right. I don't need to Google anything.
Give me a
What am
beer.
I Googling?
You want a Budweiser? There's a whole can right
Hey,
there.
Jay, can you Google the sky? Is the sky blue?
I don't want. It's
Just want to make sure.
actually not. It's a reflection of the.
Yeah. Now what,
It only-
bitch?
When you
it
look
only
up,
appears
it's blue.
It appears blue, but it's not actually blue.
You can say that about anything. I mean, you can say any color is not the actual color.
You
it
don't
is.
have to have that Budweiser.
Oh, thanks. What can I have?
Yeah, whatever you want. I was just saying it's there if you
I thought
want
you were
it.
gonna make me drink a fucking tall boy of Budweiser.
What's the next story?
I want a tiny boy. I want a tiny boy of Bud Light.
Is that what you want?
I don't know.
That was the Budweiser.
I'll take it. Give me an all day.
I have to get up.
All day.
Oh, I didn't. This whoever put this story up, it made me sad when I read it because I didn't know this was an option. But apparently in China,
No, you can't say that
what? Why can't we say that?
because that's not.
Oh, it's the thing
Yeah.
with the music.
Every time.
God damn it!
He does every time.
I even wrote it this time. I guess I wrote it under it. It looks like it's two separate things.
So you got to circle it.
You talk about Black Panther. There's nothing.
I don't know anything about it. I just like.
It's a good movie.
Is it though?
Michonne is in it.
Is she?
Yeah.
I've heard it's okay.
I just.
It's your typical Marvel movie. I heard it's a good movie.
It's
I-
like
see, I don't
It's
like-
a superhero
it's
movie.
like when we had our first black president. When he afterwards, you were like, he was all right.
But see, I don't really like superhero movies, so like I don't think I'd like it either way. Like it's not like I rush out to see Wolverine either. Just
What
'cause
I'm
he's a
saying
white
is
guy.
like people went to go watch it because clearly, like, there's something to go watch. Even movies that have a huge cult following, like a huge anticipation, right?
if you start talking shit about Star Wars, I'm gonna throw
if
this
the
beer in your face.
movie sucks, people don't go and watch them. Like you'll still get a turnout, but it won't get an amazing.
I'll watch it.
turnout.
I won't go to the movies to see it, but I'll watch it when it comes out.
Exactly.
I'll steal it off the internet.
That's
Nothing.
that's not true. No, I'll totally watch it. I'm never.
I
really
want to see
big
it.
into,
I like the Marvel movies.
I'm
I
never
want to
really
see
big
it.
into superhero movies.
Yeah,
like
I
I
don't-
totally thought like
They're all the same to me.
What's that one? Deadpool. I thought was going to be so stupid, but one day I was home and I was
Deadpool
like,
was awesome.
I'll watch it. I was like, oh my god, that's such a good movie.
But it was nothing like any other superhero.
Right,
movie.
that's
Like,
what
that's
made it
why
so
it was
good.
good.
But even the new like Logan was good.
Yeah, Logan was really
Every
good.
superhero movie should be R-rated.
Michonne is a sexy
Isn't
lady.
it? Yeah. She's like
She
a
is.
shaved head in it.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I think I probably.
She has a pretty much a shaved head in real life.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I like.
Yeah, anytime
I
you
like
see
the
her
dreadlock.
like on like red carpets and
I
stuff
don't see her on red carpets.
No, I'm saying like on TV doing anything for like Walking Dead or anything. Her head's
It's
pretty
probably
much
because
shaved,
she was filming the movie Black Panther.
No,
Should be.
this is since she started on The Walking Dead.
So what, she's wearing a fucking wig every new
Yes.
season? Bullshit.
I'm just annoyed because
No,
I
that's
thought it
just
was
that's just true.
Black Panther, and I thought
I think you're just saying that without any actual evidence.
I kind of dig the look, man. I kind of like that. When black women like shave their head.
Yeah, that's.
I've got to go on
I really
Google
love that.
again now.
I like when they have like the real big hair.
That too.
That makes me.
Walking Dead. You don't watch that, do you?
Yeah, but I haven't seen this season at all.
It just started, right?
No,
It starts the mid-season
18th, I think it
starts.
started.
Yeah, no, I think it starts
that's
this week.
That's the mid-season. I didn't watch any of
I hear
it.
they canceled it.
It'll be on right after Ozark. Speaking of Netflix, I just read about this new show today called The Push.
Tell me more.
Starts next week.
What's it about?
It's a reality show where like 70 actors try to trick a guy into committing a murder.
What?
Yep.
Wait,
It's like The Game.
Yep.
With, whatchamacallit?
Yep.
Michael Douglas.
Michael Douglas, yeah. Yeah, it's 70 people. It's like so it's basically like the guys in the Truman Show, but the idea is to try to get him to kill somebody.
Does it end with him going to jail for attempted manslaughter?
No. Spoiler alert. He doesn't do it.
Oh yeah, obviously. I think a lot of people would be in trouble. There would be many counts of like
Yeah. Collusion.
second
and-
degree or something like that.
Yeah, but what have we come to? We're eating Tide Pods and trying to kill people on television.
It's a weird world we live in.
I'm going to watch it. I mean, it's Netflix. They don't put out shows very often. You got to take advantage when they do.
Dude, they put on shows all the time.
Dude, no, they don't. I'm getting so sick of Netflix.
so
There's
many shows
never anything to fucking watch on Netflix anymore. They took Sunny off, which was like my go-to.
You have too many choices. That's your problem.
No,
Yeah.
that's not true, dude. The last thing they put on was Altered Carbon. That was good. Well, actually, the Chris Rock special. Did you guys watch
Chris
that?
Rock is up. There's like so many shows
Yeah,
on
but
Netflix.
dude, that's a 1 hour special. I have 40 hours of TV watching in a week. Like, that's not going to help
we
me.
need to talk to you about
get
that.
outside.
It's fucking winter. I went out yesterday when it was 75. I'm not going to go out when it's fucking pissing down rain and 30 degrees.
Jay, I found a bunch of pictures for you, but I can't show you the screen because you're over there.
I know you have pictures of her
Of what, Shimon with no hair?
with no hair.
I don't know, man. There's something like sexy about that.
There's something sexy about her.
Does that prove that she's always sporting a shaved head look?
Oh my god, I had to give up.
Does the carpet match the pubes?
I didn't find any of those pictures. I don't know.
You were looking on the wrong sites.
Fergie thing kind of fucked me up at the beginning of the show. Man.
I'm still thinking about it. Can we hear it again? Play it. Do you still have it up? I want to listen to it.
No, I closed that a long time ago.
That's like a mind.
I sound better than her.
That's like a mind funk. That's like a mind fuck donkey punch.
They said mind
Just
conf. I was like, what?
No, it just
She's
bashes all
like,
the
take it
thoughts
easy
out of
over
your-
there.
I'm gonna listen to it later.
It leaves you. It leaves
Jeff's
you
gonna jerk off to it
speechless.
later.
I can just like constantly picture like Steph Curry's like the moment he breaks.
Laughing. Yeah.
I don't know who the other guy was that they showed first, but he was great too. It's like slack jawed, and then he just starts slapping.
Yeah, that was the one I was laughing at. I don't know who he is, but yeah, it's funny. He's like,
Because with me, like the first thing I try to do is think of something like something funny to think kind of correlate it with, and I just can't.
I mean, I'm sure it's probably the only sexy performance of any national anthem ever.
It was almost like when that little
Well, no, it's not.
I mean, she practiced that in front of people. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
no
there's
one was
musical
like-
accompaniment.
and-
Somebody had to
and
play
no
it.
one was like, "Let's not do this."
No,
That's
I
what
don't
happens
get
when
it.
you surround yourself
I don't get it.
by yes men.
The last time I was this confused, remember when the Harlem Shake came
It
out?
was last time I was just confused. Was last episode when we talked about the president walking up the tarmac
What?
and his hair was like blowing up.
Oh
He was-
yeah,
three
no,
episodes
no,
Weird
no, I
Darth
knew
Vader
that. No, remember when the Harlem Shake came out?
Yeah.
I didn't know what the fuck that was.
It's a dance.
I know, but I woke up one morning. I woke up one morning and there's a video of a guy dancing by himself, and then like the break comes on, like the drop,
There's like 10 other people.
and
in the
there's
room.
10 other people, but then everybody starts doing it.
Yeah.
And I never got it. I never got like people like, oh, the Harlem Shake's back.
I still don't get it.
I don't remember ever doing this before. Like, how is it back?
Who started it?
I don't know. I still don't know. It came and went. It came and went. I don't know.
Watch the video later to find out why Jay and I are laughing. Only don't really.
So the Olympics are still going on.
Yeah.
Anybody keeping up with anything? Watching it?
No.
I watched.
Or are you guys all as disinterested as I am?
I'm just waiting for the men's fucking hockey final.
I saw that one clip where like the speed skaters or whatever, and like the dude from I forgot what country he was from, but he fucking fell and he like tried to fucking trip the guy from Japan next to him. He like you watch him like and he's
Oh, I think
like,
it was a
literally-
Korean.
It was a Korean, North Korean, right?
Well, they're all under one thing for this Olympics.
Oh, really?
North and South.
Oh,
yeah.
that's nice.
Goddamn Hungarians! Bring that my shitty wife!
But yeah, he clearly like reaches out and tries to like fucking trip the dude. I was like, scumbag.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've only been
It's
watching
like,
the
dude,
snowboarding.
there's cameras on you. Like,
The
a
only
bunch
thing
of
we
them.
can win.
Like,
I
we're
was
gonna
gonna-
see that.
I was going to watch the other day, and then I remember that scene from the Short Circuit
I love Short Circuit.
when he's in
95 is that
when he
right?
gets out to her house and he's watching the TV,
Yeah.
and then he kind of names himself. So I'm like, I got to watch both of them again.
Dude, I loved it.
So
I
I
wanted to
skipped
get a
the
Johnny
Olympics.
5 tattoo for a long time. I don't know, whatever.
Remember in 2 when he got the gold?
Yeah.
The gold plate.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
says
the
like he
mohawk.
does that rap where he's like something kicking in the balls or something.
Oh, no, Los Vatos.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What was the rap?
Los vatos kick your ass. Los
Los
vatos
vatos
kick your face. Los vatos kick your balls
into
into
outer
outer space.
I thought you meant when he was digging, remember? Digging in a tunnel with Oscar. Digging in a tunnel.
What was the song he danced with the chick to after he read the encyclopedia or the dictionary or something? More input.
I don't remember.
More than a woman.
Oh, yeah. That's
More
isn't that
than
the
a
Bee Gees?
woman to me.
Is it the Bee Gees? I think it's the
Maybe.
Bee Gees.
I don't know.
That's
that's a
fucking
good
good. I
movie.
love, dude. I was obsessed with that movie. when I was a
Yeah.
kid.
That dude from Police Academy was in there. What's his name?
Steve Gutenberg.
Yeah.
The Goot.
The Gutenberg.
Up to these days. Being
Nothing.
old as
Actually,
shit.
he was in something not too long ago. I don't remember what it was, but it was funny. Goots.
I just like when he go on tangents. Like he would just, like just start spitting out like all these lines from movies and shit.
That was such a good movie.
Yeah.
The
I
second
can't
one.
believe we were all so sad about a robot.
I'm still sad about it.
Nah, he was alive.
When was the last time you saw
He
him?
built himself,
I'm still
and then
keeping-
he let himself die. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
And that.
Oh, have you guys ever
maybe
watched
he was
Rick and
more
Morty?
human than all of us.
Have you guys ever watched Rick and Morty?
No, I'm sick and tired of people telling me to watch that show.
I've never really been into cartoon shows in general. Like I like Family Guy. Like I think it's funny as shit. But all the dudes at work just like rave about the show. So I just started like watching it on my lunch break here and there. It's so good.
Dude, I watched like the
It's
first
so
season of
good.
it. It wasn't worth watching
it's so
anymore.
good.
Of.
Apparently, Steve Gutenberg was in Sharknado 4, The Fourth Awakens.
I just don't understand how
Shout out to Steve
still
Gutenberg.
don't believe that you could play that many show tunes on a phone keyboard. Because remember when they were stuck in the fridge
No, but I know how to play Wheel of Fortune on it.
in the
Touchdown.
in the second short circuit?
I don't remember the second one. It wasn't. I don't consider it part of the canon.
They were stuck in a fridge and they used the cell phone and they played show tunes. They played
I
on
do not
Broadway.
remember that.
Remember that? You don't remember that?
Speaking of
Well, that's how they got out.
speaking of show team,
What were we just talking about
Short Circuit.
Short circuit.
before that?
Olympics.
Yeah. The Olympics.
Oh, so the guy tried to trip the guy. The USA won, right? Women's hockey beat Canada.
Yes, we did. We beat you, Jeff.
Yeah, like I said before, we don't care about women's hockey.
But we do care about women who
It's
suck.
racist. Yeah, it's racist.
Yeah, no,
It's sexist, actually.
I heard about that that one chick that like she's from California, but she joined like the Hungarian
Silicon
team
Valley.
and like snuck her way into the Olympics and did a half pipe run and ski in like the skiing half pipe and did nothing.
Just
Did no
got on
tricks.
TV.
Yeah,
Bravo.
It makes me.
she
so
literally
happy.
like fudged her way into the Olympics.
Elizabeth Swaney made her Olympic debut in the free ski halfpipe on Monday.
The only thing that would make it
was
better is if she was like 45.
ellipsis, not impressive. She casually slides back and forth down the halfpipe like she's on vacation in Aspen instead of competing against elite athletes.
That's the best.
She barely even attempts a trick.
Oh, that's so
What's
great.
hilarious is this is why other countries hate America. But what's funny is Hungary didn't like
Hungary.
was it Hungary or Hungary?
Hungry.
Hungary didn't like they didn't like check her.
What did he just say?
Hungaria.
I thought it was Hungarian.
That's like Canadian.
Canadian. They didn't like check anything. Like they didn't like.
No, Czech's a different country altogether.
She did ski for Hungary. She's a
the
software
Budvar is
engineer
from.
recruiter in the Bay Area who found a way to game the system. She paid to travel around the world and attend as many World Cup halfpipe events as she could, being careful not to fall down during her runs. She always finished last or within a couple spots of last place, reports the Denver Post. Her grandparents are Hungarian. That's how she
I love it.
did that.
That's
love it.
awesome.
Or she says that they're Hungarian.
She should get like a participation medal.
did
Gold
it.
medal for conning your way.
Yeah,
into the
she's
Olympics.
gonna, she's known now. Notorious.
We should
Well,
get
Yeah,
her
now
on.
her job knows why she's been taking off all that time and fucking traveling to different countries.
But she's an Olympic athlete, dude.
Let's use the word athlete. I was making fun of baseball before. That's even like
so how did
Skiing's tough.
no, skiing is tough. What
So
she
did
did
the-
is not.
did the Hungarian team do good well though?
No,
or-
she probably came in last. I don't know.
yeah.
Well, no, if someone fell on all three of their runs, she probably beat them.
Yes. She didn't fall at all though.
Yeah, you got to play it safe.
You can't if you don't jump.
There you go. There you go, Hungary. Take notes.
I
Check out
am
what-
stoked for
Oh, sorry.
snowboard Big Air this week though. That should be good.
What's that?
It's like just one bit. It's a snowboard competition with basically just one big jump and you just throw your biggest trick.
They should bring back that SSX snowboarding game, and her
Oh,
character
yeah.
it just turns your remote off, so you can't actually control her. She just slides down.
That would actually be fucking hilarious. Like if she comes in like the next snowboard game,
Yeah.
it's just like a bug
It
or
like
fucking,
it deactivates your fucking controller. That'd be hilarious.
that would actually be really funny. Only thing you can do is turn left or right. Your trick buttons turn into either pizza or French fries.
If you pizza when you should be French frying, you're gonna have a bad time. We only have one
Speaking
thing
of-
left, so you
speaking-
need to fucking
You
hit
might
it.
as well just play the
Speaking
fucking
of
music.
speaking of bad times. There it is. So funerals are about to get a lot sadder in China.
I was just thinking if Triple X Tentacion ever puts out a sex tape, we're gonna have to do a remix of this and Bitch I'm Sippin' Tea
Yeah.
together. I'm gonna get working on
So
it.
this made me sad because I didn't know this was an option. Go ahead, you can read it, Jay. I didn't know it was an option, so it just angered
I
me.
don't know if any of us knew it was an option. China has launched a crackdown on the tradition of hiring strippers for funerals in order to attract mourners. You got to be pretty unloved. Last month, China's Ministry of Culture announced the new campaign. It will target strippers at funerals, weddings, and traditional spring festival gatherings in 19 cities.
Oh, I just thought it was like a tradition for people to
provinces.
have strippers at their funerals.
No, it is, but it's only to bring mourners.
The crackdown
Right,
will
it's
involve
like it's a market.
residents
It's basically a marketing tool.
being
for your
offered a
funeral.
financial reward for tip-offs made to a hotline that divulge funeral misdeeds.
But think about it. It's like your buddy's having a bachelor party, and it's like, I'm not sure if I'm going. It's like, dude, there's gonna be mad strippers. It's like, all right.
I'd use like one of those wavy arm like air.
Car
the
salesman.
wacky way. What the fuck's?
Yeah, I forgot the
Yeah.
fuck they're called. I'd just use one of those out front of the funeral home. I think that would attract more people.
Especially if it took its tits out.
Yeah.
I would like to have strippers.
wacky wavy inflatable flailing arm tube men.
I would like to have strippers at my funeral. And I want a lap dance. I want my friends to pay a stripper to dance on my corpse.
It's gonna be the stiffest you've ever been.
Well, at least I'll be able to keep it up, not like last fucking weekend.
But I mean,
I'm not even.
Tell us
I'm
more.
not touching that one.
Oh, I got real drunk.
But I mean, they're Chinese strippers, so would you even notice if their tits were out?
Well, there wouldn't be any clothes.
Have you ever seen
Rude.
Asian pornography?
I mean,
No.
clearly we've all seen.
I've
Asian porno-
never seen any porn.
We're men in America. We've seen all kinds.
Have you ever seen the
We've
ones where
every
it's
kind of
like-
pornography?
They blur out penises.
Penises.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They don't show. They
everything.
don't show. They don't show penetration. That's
Why?
what they
It's
don't show.
weird.
It is weird.
They show everything else.
Yeah.
Because they're not in. They're not into showing the units, man.
Asians are weird.
Yeah.
I don't think it's
I'm
the
just gonna. I'm
units,
gonna
though.
go on record just saying that.
Listen, we're all fat here, right? Yeah. When you go in the pool, usually, you try to get away with just leaving the shirt on, right?
I've
It's the same thing-
luckily never gotten that to that point.
It's the same. It's the same way with Asian people. If they could blur out the small penis, they might as well just do it.
You know, it's like a horrible
That's the thing, with the
mistake.
blur, it does kind of like the pixels extended a little
It
bit.
does. It
You
makes
go
it
in a
look
pool
bigger.
with a shirt, it just like suctions to you and it just
Yeah.
accentuates everything.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
I'm real fat. I'm real fat, and I spend all summer with no shirt on. It's like it's worse if it gets wet. It's like
I don't know
spandex.
where I just heard this conversation actually.
So that was a heavy drinking podcast for this week.
But like how like a wet shirt like stuck to your stomach just accentuates like how fat you are, like especially around your belly button.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was episode 23.
Are you telling me that you were wearing a shirt in the pool when you made that video last year?
No,
The beer video.
no, I clearly did not have a shirt on. I'm not saying that I haven't done that in the past.
So what else?
I didn't know that was an option, man. That seems like I
What,
guess
taking
if-
it off?
No, the strippers at the funeral. I mean, not in China because those probably aren't the best looking strip. Well,
Hey man,
That's racist.
that's
that's a little
racist.
racist.
There's plenty of hot chicks in China. They all fucking hork and spit on the ground and shit, but they're still hot.
I mean, if I wanted, let me put it this way: if I was gonna have a stripper at my funeral, I mean, I would want bumps in a rump. You know? Remember that song? That MC Hammer song? Bumps in a rump.
I'm not really.
Bumps in a rump.
I don't really
want a
care
girl
what
with a
happens
bumps in
at
a
my
rump.
funeral.
Huh?
I don't really care what happens at my funeral.
Well, I don't care either, but
I'm not gonna know, so
I want to
do whatever you want.
I want a Zoroastrian sky burial. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
they fucking make a monk drag you up to the top of a mountain and you get eaten by vultures. But a monk has to carry you up there.
Sounds
yeah,
like a
if
horrible
you
job.
ask for that, please know that you're just getting cremated.
Fired. I'm getting cremated and fired out of a t-shirt gun to the top of the
dude. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, when you ask for weird shit like that, your family literally cremates you and then just drives you to the nearest beach. And they're like, he came here a couple times. He's been here before.
Spell game.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's no.
You are an idiot.
What happened?
Yeah, I think we're. I think that's about it, right?
Well, did we talk about Gibson?
No, we can.
Their guitars cost too much money, so they're going out of business.
End of story. All right, that was episode 23.
I don't know why people are hating on their guitars so much, man. They're not that expensive.
They're pretty fucking expensive.
If anybody would like to buy a Gibson Les Paul, there's one for sale on this podcast.
I would like to give a shout out.
Which I did not pay too much money for. It was a bargain.
No, you're supposed to say you paid way too much money and you're going to sell it for a bargain.
No, I paid what it was worth, and it's worth more than that now.
I would like to shout out Pancheros in Shelton because they make bomb-ass burritos.
They do.
And I saw an employee make one for himself today, and it was bigger than Gary's daughter when she was born.
I like the little tortilla making machine.
That's what makes their food so good.
Yeah,
Is it all starts with the tortilla baby.
I think they hypnotize you.
Tortilla.
And that's how they make it good.
Yeah.
Because they get that little ball of dough, and you're like, "What are you doing with that?" And then they put it in a machine. It's like, "Oh, all right." And then they squeeze it, and then they let go of that little arm, and then it's just this wonderful tortilla
It's
in there.
warm and sticky and wet. Wait, what are we talking about?
Anybody going to the Armada release this weekend?
I'm going tomorrow.
Oh, it's tomorrow. Yeah,
Oh, is it tomorrow?
What is that?
tomorrow and Saturday. I don't know. It's pretty awesome though.
Yeah, I'm going tomorrow. They're releasing New Haven IPA in 2 different flavors and
Jay?
Mermaid's Cove.
Jay has
let's talk
an image.
about that after the podcast.
Jay has an image up on his computer, and it looks like it looks like a photo of a president, or like a flag or something. But then there's middle fingers that are flying at it and just bouncing
whole
off
hands.
the face.
Like all like
And
yeah.
Is that your desktop background?
the graphic
it's
quality
on the
is
Facebook.
wow, it's remarkable. Somebody took time to make that.
The Facebook.
Let's see if I can do this without destroying everything.
They look like dildos. Yeah. The hands are like dildos.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
Bravo, whoever made that.
Send that to me.
What would you guys want to? Anything you guys want to go over before we wrap it up? We're doing a Brewers Ball, right? Did we talk about that yet?
We did not.
we should talk about
We might as well talk about it, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know much about it, but so probably the worst out of the 4 of us to talk about it. But I'll get started. The 28th, right, of March.
March 28th, Bad Sons Brewery.
Isn't
They're
this sold
doing-
out?
Is it sold out?
I don't think so. There was nothing that said it was.
I thought something was sold out. Okay.
It better not be sold out, or else this is
Well,
pointless.
that's why I was asking.
But yeah, they're doing a Brewers Ball for home brewers, right, in Connecticut.
It's called the Home Brewers Ball. It's a homebrew festival that's going to be at Bad Sons in Derby. Yeah, you can still get tickets. It's March 24th, not the 28th.
24th.
Yes, the 28th of February is when we're going to have Justin come in, who is from the Brewers Ball. He's going to be in studio. We're going to talk to him about it. Yeah, I couldn't remember his last name. I didn't want to screw it up. Yeah, tickets are still available. It says $15 to $30. I don't know really what the difference is. Oh, $30 for general admission, $15 if you're a designated driver.
It's cool.
All right.
That's kind of weird, but
Probably because you're not drinking.
I'll bring this up with Justin. But I think if you're not drinking, you shouldn't be charged. But we'll talk to him about that next week. But yeah, next week Justin's going to be in, and he's checking with, I don't actually know the dude's name, but the head brewer from Bad Sons might be coming in too. We're checking on his availability. So that's next week. We're going to talk about the Brewers Ball, the Homebrew Festival, 25 plus brewers at Bad Sons in Derby, March 24th, 12 to 4. So go on, get your tickets to that. It's going to be cool. We're going to be there. I think we're going to have the cornhole boards. We're going to have some contests. We're going to have some stuff to give away. So come say hi to us.
Yeah, you're pretty much, if you come say hi to us, there's a very good chance that you'll probably get onto the podcast.
And you might get to meet my new wrestling character, El Jefe.
Yeah.
That's a little inside joke.
It is. But it might still happen. Funny enough. So that'll be fun. What else? Do we have anything else?
I finally crossed the last hipster threshold and bought a pair of New Balance sneakers, so my feet are feeling pretty cool about that.
Oh.
Shout out to New Balance. I've never had
Is
them.
that a hipster or is that just an old white guy thing?
No, they're
That's an
hipster.
old
The
white
ones
guy.
that I got are
I got the
hipster.
old white guy.
He's got the old
New
white guy
Balance
ones.
on.
I got the hipster vintages. So yeah, I'm pretty much fully vested now. I can't
Well,
go
I
back.
guess we are retarded.
Can't go back now. I'm going to tattoo a beard on. Oh, wait, I already have a beard tattoo.
Yeah, so on what else we got coming up? We're going to have, in May, we're going to have the dudes from Karmic Daru coming on.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for that because I've been
How
drinking
was that
their
other
beers.
beer?
It's fucking great.
It was delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there a fruit in it?
Citrus Siraj, right?
Citrus Siraj.
That was
is
the one I had at my house,
No
too.
fruit in it. It's just a double IPA.
Real good. Real
Like
good.
I saw a picture of fruit on the label.
Yeah, I don't think there's fruit in it. I think it just it has a citrus, was it like a note to it?
It was delicious.
It is very good. What was also really good, I thought, not better, but equally as good. I don't want to bash any, or compare anybody's shit to anybody else's, but the Wally juices actually tasted like there was juice in it. Wally juice tastes like looks
juice at
like
Wally,
orange
right?
juice.
Yeah, and if you'll remember episode 3, we actually did Wally.
See, I don't remember that being good.
I do.
Well,
Well,
you didn't
that was
like
before you
IPAs
liked
then.
IPAs.
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
don't
Wally was
remember
good.
us liking it.
We did.
I liked it.
We weren't like blown away by
Yeah,
it.
it wasn't
but
like
I was like, it's
overwhelmingly-
good. Like I'd definitely drink it if it was on tap. I'd have more than one for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
Wally juice is just it's good though. It tastes like a cross between orange juice and grapefruit juice. No lie.
Huh.
Like no
Well, I think we're gonna
very
do
very little beerness to it. It just tastes like straight up like juice. It has no like when people describe
Well,
the
let's
flavor
say-
of
let's
beer,
say,
you
because I
drink
think
it
we're
and you're
gonna-
like, oh, this is beer. And then you could sort of make out these little flavors in the beer. It's the flavors, and you could sort of make out the beer.
You know what's a
through the
real
flavor.
beer? Fucking Budweiser Budvar from the Czech Republic.
Yes.
All right. Well, that was your bonus beer review episode for the Wally juice.
Well, we're all having it. We're all gonna have it. I'm just saying, it
Is
was
it
really
around?
good. Huh?
Is it around now? Like everywhere?
Yeah, I'm sure. I got it.
We had a complaint that we need to tell where we can get the beer we're talking about.
It was a suggestion.
Even though I said that we're not a local show, so
Yeah, we're
it's
not.
not going to help people in Sweden. That you
if
can
you
get it at
guys
Glenroe.
use Untapped, the app, right? The Untapped app.
yes.
Untapped or beer menus too.
Yeah, that's probably the easiest way, and we're on there, so you can actually. That's another social media thing that we do.
Oh yeah.
You can find us on there, and you could see all the beers we try, which a lot of them we don't really talk about on the show, because we're all alcoholics on our own individual right, and that would just take forever if we had to talk about every single beer we all try individually.
I would take offense to that, but I'm starting to come to terms with it.
It's best to embrace it.
Yeah,
Actually, we actually had, Paulo actually asked us this week if we had any like beers for that we had
Yeah.
pictures of that we drank during the week for the Instagram, and I actually came to the realization like I don't really drink aside from here. I'm
My
kinda
answer is
sad-
no because I don't take pictures of.
I'm
the beer
kind
I
of sad
drink.
about it. Like
I've been drinking. I just don't take pictures.
I was like, fuck, I'm slacking. Like
I drink a lot, but a lot of it's here. And although I take pictures of all of it because I actually keep up and try to maintain our Instagram page
You're very good at it.
with fresh shit, I don't nearly post all of it because a lot of it's not really great. But yeah, I go through a lot.
I still think we should post stuff that's bad, and we should say it's bad.
I 100% agree with that.
And what I
We
try to
can't
do,
just talk about good stuff.
Shit talking single cuts what ended up getting them on here.
but they're good beer though.
Right, they were.
Their
but
prices suck.
They're amazing.
right, but let's you know,
And their prices don't even suck now in retrospect.
dude. I tried to fucking buy.
In retrospect, it's
Jenny
not
says
at
the other
all.
day for $25 a 4-pack. Yeah, I didn't
Well,
get
like
it.
they said, they can't control that, you know.
Right, but I went to Porky's and I drank softly spoken magic spells instead.
There you go.
We did do that.
And now their stuff's great. Like that, what was it that Hey Steve or what it's called that you brought?
That was
Yeah.
just that was all right. Yeah,
I don't know.
there's still a can of it left.
The one that I
let's
brought
not
was the
lie,
one that I
it's
didn't
not-
like
that
the,
was it.
the most from them. Everything
It's
else
not
I've
the
had from them
greatest.
has been killer.
It's not bad.
the greatest.
Just yeah, it just doesn't stand up with the rest of them.
The thing is, like,
soapy.
the other ones, like,
It's like the guy from Anheuser guy.
fuck off.
Yeah.
The
So-
the thing
The
the
soap
thing is,
guy.
in retrospect, all the ones that I have bought and have been amazing, I don't mind spending $20 for a 4-pack on them.
No.
That one wasn't good enough to spend that much on.
Yeah. I mean, when we first started this podcast, what I was doing was buying 4-packs of like, local beers and craft beers, and that starts getting painful when you start running into stuff like, was it like Coalesce? We won't say who makes it. That shit was awful, and that's like
it bad?
$20 a 4-pack. When you
I
start
didn't even
buying
try.
that stuff, and you have like half of one, and you're like, this is just not edible.
Do you think that ode to Blumpy's cold yet?
Probably.
You know what I
But
mean?
see,
I
at
thought
that
you said
same
that was
point,
Thimble. That's
Really?
Hooker.
I think
Hooker.
it's our job
I couldn't
to
remember.
tell people, don't try this.
Sure. Yeah, I guess we could do that. I've always
Like, we can't just be like, all right, this isn't good, but we're not gonna talk about
if
it.
anybody's still listening at this point,
They're not.
I've always taken pride in the fact that we're sort of a beer podcast, but we don't take the beer side of it too seriously.
Unless you're Jay.
Well, yeah, but still, we're not like we don't pride ourselves in our reviews, right? We're not like that
we're
guy.
just we're usually pretty.
No,
great.
we're not getting scientific
This
with
is
it.
what we like.
No,
Yeah, tonight was because of the history of the relationship between the two that I talked a little more about it. But
yeah, and it's always nice to try to taste Budweiser and what Budweiser was supposed to be. It was supposed to taste like.
I'll wager that the Budvar doesn't taste like what it tasted like in the 1860s either.
Probably not.
Most likely.
So
well, if it's still brewed by
it's a
the
bit of a-
same people,
I'm
with the
sure they've
same
streamlined
ingredients, it's
stuff.
probably pretty close. They still use the same well water,
yeah,
and water is a huge part. Don't
I'll bet
get
you-
me started,
I'll bet you
Jeff,
it's
because I will bore you
GMOs
to,
and all
I
that
will
shit.
bore you
All
to
the
death.
ingredients are probably different. I'm just saying it was
Don't
probably
bring GMOs in it.
an exercise in futility.
I mean, he's got a point. I mean, the actual ingredients they used were probably completely different plants, strains of those plants.
Well, the things have changed too.
It's still better.
Agriculture
It's
has
right
changed.
now.
Breweries
apples
were
to
all
apples right now. It's
became
better.
like state run at one point during the time.
We also got to keep in mind that the like
They had some tough times during World Wars and
mass farming
Cold
only
War.
started like mid-century.
They had a war over there
just
in Europe.
World War shit.
They had wars.
Yeah, a couple wars. They were small.
Yeah,
Skirmish.
I think they called one a crusade.
it was a little. That is a little like pretentious. Of them.
You're going way back.
That is a little pretentious of them to call it a world war when it was just in Europe
Yeah, but
and a couple other places like sort of outside of there. But I mean, it was concentrated in Europe. That wasn't the whole world.
Just about.
well, that's like saying like America's not
went
at war because
there.
it's happening in Afghanistan. Like,
Yeah. No, that is, no, because war's still war, but we're not calling that the world war.
Well, no,
'cause that's
because
not
it's
a
not
world
the
war.
entire world.
Well, like World War II was mostly Europe.
Sweden was the only
Like,
country that didn't get
There's
involved.
stuff
in
that
war.
happened in like the Eastern, the Pacific, or that's not the Eastern Pacific. It would be the Western Pacific.
The Pacific.
It would just be the Pacific.
You know what I mean? But it's mostly the western part of the Pacific, except for that one island. In
Japan?
Southeast Asia. I
Huh?
think is what
You talking about Japan?
Well, not just Japan. There was whatchamacallit? What are those islands?
Hawaii?
Not Hawaii. You know
Because
what
that's
I'm
the
talking
eastern part of the Pacific.
Guam.
Yeah, Guam was one of them, right? And then what was the one with the flag?
Vietnam?
Iwo Jima?
No, Iwo Jima. Was it Iwo Jima? It
Iwo
wasn't
Jima.
Oh.
Yeah, that was the flag raising at Iwo Jima, but I think I don't
Staged.
literal false flag.
I like this. I like
You're
trying
an
to do.
idiot.
I like trying to do history while we're all kind of buzzed.
Yeah, it's like drunk history. We should get Derek Waters on here.
There you go. But there's other Pacific islands that outside of Hawaii. I'm just saying the majority of it was in Europe though.
It's true.
So that's kind of, I don't know. World War One. That's a tough sell. That was all in Europe. And that's
World War II, wasn't it?
Well, World War II had the Japan aspect that was added to it. So World War II should have been World War One. World War One just should have been the European War.
I feel like he's talking about the order of like the machete order, where you're gonna go watch the Star Wars movies like in different order than than they came out. You're doing machete world wars.
I guess if you want to say, all right, whatever. I'm just saying, if a world war breaks out now, we should really call it World War II.
If World War breaks out now,
I mean,
we won't have time to call it anything.
Yeah.
That'll pretty much be the end here.
Isn't that better though? Like you're not gonna get hunted down by some crazed society and then lined up and shot, or
If
like
you
made
survive
into a
the
slave.
initial thing, you will be.
It's
Yeah,
just
exactly.
a flash.
That's exactly how the crazy society is
No. Either you don't make it through the flash, or you make it past the flash, and like you have hours
You're gonna
before your
have,
body
like,
melts.
Danny McBride showing up with what's his name? Is his Gimp?
Oh, Channing Tatum.
Yeah, that movie was so good.
That was so funny.
They're not going to send like crews in to like clean up afterwards. Nobody's going into a radioactive zone. Listen, either you're dying immediately or you're melting afterwards. It's one of the two. You know, you can get some strange cancer and die in a week.
But like Dane will be fine. There's still going to be a society.
Yeah. Listen,
Dane, you gotta carry the torch.
Dane, I'm going to mail you a package. It's going to be filled with my semen. If this ever goes down, impregnate as many women as you can with my semen.
You should try it for yourself too. Just see what it tastes like.
Yeah, I mean, just make sure it hasn't gone bad by the time it gets it. Porch bomb, boys' night, boys' night.
I was going to say, if for whatever reason, Dane, if there's no women left,
Just eat it.
and it's just dudes, take the semen, and this is a fun prank. Just all over your hand, and then smack some guy in the face with it when they're not.
It's like unexpected Parmesan.
Yeah.
You have yet to hear stories, by the way.
I unexpected Parmesan myself the other day.
Did you?
Yeah.
Where?
At work, because I ordered a dish that I didn't realize had Parmesan in it, and I started eating it, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
And you got it in your hair.
No, it just unexpectedly in my mouth.
We really want some people to unexpected Parmesan a friend, so we want to hear your stories.
And that's episode 23 of the Heavy Drink.
Unexpected
I think
Parmesan, your Lyft driver.
Oh, no, that's not good.
that probably won't result in a good rating afterwards.
But you'll still have your discount.
Yeah.
You will. We don't hold us to that though. I don't know how their rules work. They'll plow your driveway though. Just don't clean it, and then hope the guy shows up with a low car and all-wheel drive.
I would have left her at the bottom and been like, "Here you go."
No, man, he got up to the top of the hill, kind of gave me a shit look. It was midnight.
Did
man.
you know you were home?
Yeah, but it's midnight and it's still
So
snowing.
I'm thinking maybe he wanted to plow more than the driveway.
I doubt that. He was a nice Indian man. He looked eager to get to his next ride. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
He is all about the money.
Penises. All right, let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, let's do that before we start rambling again. Thank you for if you got this far. Thank you for listening to the Heavy Drinking Podcast. That was episode 23. Spoiler alert: next episode will be episode 24. I'm running out of things to say. I'm just waiting for some sort of music to
I want to
save me before.
I want to revisit Ted Bundy and Bud Bundy at a later date.
Yeah, we can do that.
I think he's dead though.
There's probably a correlation
Are we just
outside
gonna
of just the name.
Are we just gonna skip Al Bundy?
Yeah, no, he's
Ted and Bud.
Yeah, Ted and Bud.
All right, that was the Heavy Drinking Podcast, folks. Thank you for listening. As always, we appreciate it.
Hit up our shits on social media
Give
and
us
send us questions.
Rate
Yes.
us on iTunes.
Rate us on iTunes.
Please
And
give
on
us 5
Facebook.
stars, even if you don't want to.
Acknowledge us on Instagram or on Facebook or anywhere, so we know we're not doing this in vain.
And send me all your kisses.
Right.
Flyingcornhole.com. Heavy 18 a lift. Have a dream.